y'all. It's time. It's finally here. We about to get into the money game. Y'all have wanted this for some time, and it wasn't winning polls, but it's finally won a poll. And if you're confused about what I mean about a poll, over my Patreon, link down below, paid babes get to decide what goes on to Ren reaction polls, and all the free babes plus the paid babes get to vote. And last poll, we had Money Game, and Money Game finally won, y'all. So here we are, ready to go. Let's get to it. No more yap yap. Time to react. Let's get into Money Game 3. Okay, piano. Pausing, we're going back because this is my first experience with Ren on the piano, and my god, it's beautiful. The camera work, fantastic, so professional, wow. And with a hood on his head, and that red tie, so we brought the red tie back. We brought the red tie back for Solder House, huh?
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly, 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19.
Wow. Pause it, going back. My God. Okay, the video, Sam. Ren plus Sam equals genius videography, okay? The kids at all the different stages. Ren in the suit. Ren in the suit, that hood bedhead. Yeah. Looking so good. Looking so good. Looking so good. Per usual. Let's get back into it. Wow. Love it.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Wow. Tell a story, Red. You tell us a story. Wow. Holy shit. This is so impressive. To be honest, I didn't see this coming. Like, Money Game 1 and 2 had such similar vibes, and this does too. Like, it's like a story of how it happens, how corruption exists, how it starts from day one until the end. But I don't know, there's just something about this trajectory of like the storytelling and this cinematic vision that's happening with the video that I just wasn't expecting, and I'm very pleased. It's good, of course, because it's Ren, so of course it's good.
in product, 20 double down deposits, 21 his income rockets, 22 he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23 a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24 he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25 and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26 a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27 dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. He gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. 45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Man, it got me at the end. It really got me. Maybe because it's just so... Maybe because it's just so devastating. To have to bear witness and to have to, like, to know that this is reality. Like, often I curse my awareness and wish for naivety a lot. Sometimes, you know, you see these people who are just completely oblivious to how the world works and the pure disgust of it all and the nightmare fuel of it all. And they just go about their lives, none the wiser, having no concept of true reality, just in their bubbles, living their day-to-day lives, maybe even convinced by, you know, the propaganda of the world, of the society, that there are a good team that they can just put all their faith and hope in, thinking that something will change. Never fully coming to terms or seeing or realizing the fact that nothing ever changes. And maybe we've come close. Maybe we came close a couple times, but the powers that be, the powers that greed, will never let it happen. It only happens when we all wake up. It only happens when all of us come together and decide enough is enough. That's the only time it'll ever change. And I don't know if that'll ever happen. It's definitely not going to happen in my lifetime. The system needs to be broken. The system needs to be dismantled from the ground up and remade to be positive and helpful and supportive and communal and not run on profit. When human necessities are bought and paid for and only doled out to those who can afford it. I mean, living in the US is a sick joke, to be honest. Like, if you've got a brain, if you've got eyes, if you know how to use them in conjunction with each other, it's hard to exist here. Knowing what this was built on, how it continues to run, what we are doing all over the world, how we're busy distracting ourselves from all of it by consuming, by destroying the planet. It's depressing. It is excruciating. And you just have to manage. You just have to manage. Try to show up for your community. Try to prepare yourself for the inevitable collapse, which may or may not happen in your lifetime, but it's coming. Just try to be better. Try to be aware. Try to make others aware. Try to live supportive, communal lives. I don't know. That's just one girl's opinion. That's just one girl's perspective. I appreciate Ren for doing what Ren does best. Creating art, talking about taboo subjects, letting us in, showing the world better ways, showing the world to not be silent, to not be complicit, which is difficult because the system is built in such a way that makes it almost nearly impossible to not be complicit. So we are. Well, I guess that's enough depressing, everyone, for today. Do the things. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, you know, because I'm trying to make this my job. Because I would rather make money in this world that demands you make money by entertaining people and giving them a respite, a small break, a pause from the harsh realities around them. That's what I'm here for. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.